Well, it's been a few weeks actually since we've done a show, so we're back live again here in our kitchen. And of course, we of course have to just give you just a little mini update on our beautiful granddaughter, Eleanor. They were in Marshfield last weekend, and we celebrated Grandparents' Day on the 9th, I believe.
Our first Grandparents' Day, too.
It was most successful. Eleanor brought both sets of grandparents beautiful bouquets of flowers, and we just had a great time having fun with Eleanor. And then we were down visiting and babysitting again this past week. And one of my very favorite pictures that we took is of Eleanor in the beautiful little cream-colored dress that was her Aunt Melissa's, that Melissa was given almost 40 years ago. So Eleanor looked really cute in it, and she's very proud of the fact that she can sit up all by herself.
Oh yeah,
so,
she's practicing that a lot.
Yeah.
And she bends over and twists and turns. It's just a lot of fun.
A great time.
Yes.
So now on to the show.
Carry on to the show.
Yeah. So, you know, sometimes, as I've said before, we're not always sure exactly what we're going to do until a few hours even before our show. So I just happened to be on Facebook, and one of my Facebook friends posted a YouTube video of this wonderful looking chocolate fudge brownie cake. So that's what we're going to make today.
Okay.
So typically when I make most of my cakes, everything is totally from scratch, but some cakes actually start out with a cake mix. So Gary is going to cut open a package of dark chocolate fudge cake mix.
Are they both going in at the same time?
They're both going in at the same time. Then the garbage bowl.
Okay.
And a package of fudge brownie mix. And they can really be any brand, doesn't matter what the brand is. And then I'm going to add in 4 beaten, well, no, they don't have to be beaten eggs, just 4 eggs. I'm going to use that over here, please.
Do you need that back over there? Okay.
Okay, Gary's going to throw those eggs in there after I crack them. Just put them all in.
Just kind of making a little spot for them.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
I love making really easy recipes, especially I think for a cooking show. Sometimes, people don't want to have, 35 ingredients, okay?
Right.
And then we are going to add in 1 1/4 cups of water and 1 cup of vegetable oil. And then,
I got that all messy for you, didn't I?
yeah.
The spatula.
And then Gary is going to just turn this on medium.
Okay.
Okay. And just beat it for about 1 to 2 minutes. You can also use a whisk, and you can just whisk it for 2 minutes until the recipe says almost all the lumps are out. So after you have beaten it up.
So are you saying I need to leave some lumps? It says almost all the
okay.
lumps are out, or it doesn't really, the intention is not to have lumps?
I would say not to have lumps, but it looks like it's good. I think it's
I'm
done.
gonna turn this up a little higher.
And I'd say the lumps are out, so it's done.
This is not done already, is it?
Yeah, it's
Let
done.
me make sure I got the sides down
Yeah,
here.
you do.
You think I do?
Like it says, until the lumps are just about out.
Okay.
And if you were whisking it, you'd have to use a little bit more.
Probably a little more power, and
Exactly.
probably more than just 30 seconds like we seem like we just did.
Right.
Probably more like the 2 to 3 minutes with a whisk.
Exactly. So
Okay.
I've got the oven preheating
Am I
at.
going to pour this now?
Yeah, you're going to get the
Let me
rest
get
of
those
these
down.
all off though.
Okay.
I have the oven preheating at 350 degrees, and we have our bundt pan all set to go. We put Crisco on it, just the shortening, and then dusted it with flour, so that will keep it from hopefully sticking. And Gary's just going to pour this in the pan.
This is all going to fit, right?
Sometimes Gary asks these questions. He doesn't really mean to ask these questions.
It's just because I like to talk.
But
you wouldn't know that though from this show.
No,
'cause
never.
Ruthie does most of the talking.
yeah, exactly. And it will all fit. And you don't even have to go around. It's just going to smooth out as you do
here.
that.
It's kind of like water. Seeks its own level.
Right.
I want to get all this out though.
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
As much as possible.
Yeah, waste not, want not. That's what
the
my
word.
mother used to say.
That is the phrase.
And who doesn't like fudge? Well, I know that some people don't care for chocolate. Some people
are allergic
maybe
to
even
it.
have allergies to chocolate. But when we were at Megan and Paul's this past week,
How's that? Close enough?
sure,
Let me just get this
all of a
off.
sudden everybody just kind of had an urge for some chocolate. So
We were watching a baking show on TV. and
yeah,
it's like,
baking of all things, and
Yeah.
everybody all of a sudden is, oh, chocolate would be really good.
But this
So-
was like at 9 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
so Paul made a run to the local store, and what did he bring back?
Chocolate ice cream.
Chocolate ice cream.
Yeah. So anyway, so
Which is
this is
not a
all,
cake,
all
obviously.
set to go. So I'm going to put this in the oven, which is preheated, and we are going to bake it for 50 minutes.
Okay. And here we go.
Okay, Gary can put that timer on there. Just going to get these things out of the way. We have 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Let's see. Okay, so when our cake is all baked after 50 minutes, and you let it set up for about 5 minutes before
Okay.
you take it out of your pan, and you have a beautiful bundt cake.
Here's what it looks like.
Okay, that's what our cake is. I guess we can move this out of the way here.
Are we doing
So that's what our cake is going to look like. Okay, then we are going to frost it with a chocolate ganache. Okay, so I'm going to let Gary go back to the stove. Now you can put your cream in a bowl, it's a microwave safe bowl, and use the microwave for about 2 minutes.
Okay.
And you have your cream just about reaching boiling.
So that's what I'm going to do with this on the stove.
Yeah, so we're
turn it
gonna
on high?
we're gonna put this not on high, but
medium high?
like medium high,
and get it
and then
to a
just
boiling
watch
point?
it so it's just about boiling. It's gonna be nice and hot.
Okay.
Okay,
All
and
right.
and it heats pretty quickly. Okay, we're gonna let the cream come to almost a boil, and then I have a bowl with 2 cups of chocolate chips.
Okay.
And you're just going to pour the hot cream over the chocolate chips.
Okay.
And then let it just set up for about 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
And it's going to heat through the chocolate chips.
Okay.
Then we're going to take a whisk, and then we're going to whisk in the cream within the chocolate chips until it's nice and shiny and smooth, and then we're going to drizzle that over the chocolate
And
cake.
that's called ganache.
And that's ganache.
That's how you make ganache.
Okay, that is how you make ganache.
Okay, and so this is
So-
getting closer. Did you want me to use this wooden spoon?
No, because once it gets to the point you want it, you can just take it right off and pour it right in.
So will I see bubbles? Is that what
Yes,
I'm
you
looking
will.
for?
And you're going to see bubbles that are going to be going around the outside of
And
the...
that's when it's done.
Right.
That's when you say good enough.
Yeah. Okay, so you can
Okay.
bring it back.
There we go.
Okay, now I'm going to put 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips,
And I'm going to pour this
and then
over
you're just going to pour that over
like this.
and just cover it, and then we are going to let it just set up, and I'm just going to move these around. As you can
Okay.
see, it's already
They're
getting
already starting.
already getting soft.
Of course
Okay,
it would be. All right.
so about 2 minutes.
Yep.
So we're going to start just stirring this
Stirring that
around. And not to like say anything negative about my cooking partner here.
Why?
But I'm kind of doing this because if Gary was doing this,
We would have it
He
splashed all over
really
the table.
does it very-
Oh wait, we just did that, didn't we? We can't do it. That'd be like deja vu.
he likes to do this with great vigor because we want to get this
Oh, look at
done.
that.
I
Look at that
know.
over- suddenly it
Isn't
just
that
turns.
awesome? And then you just want to stir it and
See, I just want to
and
grab
you
that, and I want to tap that thing and get all that chocolate out of the
I
middle
know.
of the whisk.
And you want to just keep stirring it. Actually, you're supposed to stir it in the same direction. And I switched directions. It's kind of like that hurricane,
Yeah.
but we're just going to go in the same direction.
Okay.
Okay, all of the little chocolate chips
Looks like they're melted.
are all melted.
Look at that.
And see, it's miraculous. There aren't any.
Would you like to lay this on
No,
one of
I'm
these?
just going to put it right there.
Right in there. Okay.
Okay, and then we are just going to drizzle this cake. And this is going to be so amazing. Your cake can actually come out of the pan and cool for about 30 minutes. This has been cooling longer than that, and I'm going to let Gary turn my cake. What you can
okay.
also do, which I was going to do, was to get out one of my Lazy Susans that I use for decorating.
Yeah.
And then
put that on
as
there.
you're doing, yeah, then you can
So that stuff
just stir it.
is rather thick. It comes out. You got to be careful. It comes out in big clumps.
It
sometimes.
does, but it's going to be
That's
really
going to be really amazing.
amazing. Yeah.
And a little spot there, and there's some more.
I have
oh,
other bundt
Here's a spot over here. We can
recipes
try.
that
Get some more on there.
use the chocolate ganache. Well, when we make our eclair puff pastry,
You want some
you
more
top
like
it
rundown?
with-
You got a good
it is really
Is that
running
whole thing
down
gonna go
the
on
front.
there?
It's all going on there, yeah. And we've got it
It's starting to come off
running
the
down the
edge. Yeah, it's
sides and
starting
the
to-
edges,
that's
so
good.
it's going to be covered up really well.
Maybe you don't want to put it all on, or you want to put it in the center so it doesn't run off the sides. Try that.
Okay, is
There
it
you
all
go.
covered?
Got a little spot there on the outside, and
Right
another
there?
spot right here.
And of course, if I was doing this not on the show, I would probably be
You got the Lazy Susan.
more careful, and I'd have that Lazy Susan. And but I think that's
That
pretty
looks
good. Okay. And then if
Okay.
you ever like make this and you have too much, you can always
Eat it out of the bowl.
eat it out of the bowl.
Yeah, that's what you do
or
with the excess.
you can put it on ice cream and just put that right down there. And why don't you give me another wet cloth, and we're just
All right.
going to get rid of some of this mess we've got going here. Okay, so we have our cake ganached. Now, if you also want to prevent some of this from happening, if you have a different kind of cake plate, one that's got edges on it,
Yep,
then
edges
that would
will
also prevent it from going over. Okay, so Gary is going to put some whipping cream. It's just heavy whipping cream that I whipped.
You wanna hold the bag for
Yep.
me?
I added a little bit of powdered sugar just for sweetener. And
A little more, or are you
nope.
okay?
And then
Okay.
then some vanilla. Okay. So we are
you gonna
going
cut?
to cut here. Now, typically, I would also let this set up a little bit more, rather than cutting it 5 minutes after it's.
Does it stay shiny even
It's,
when it's cooled
yes,
down?
it is going to stay shiny.
Oh, look at how moist that is.
One other suggestion of somebody on Facebook was that she had added a cup of Kahlua to it.
That would give it extra flavor.
I need that rag again. Okay, and then just for some
Little decorative.
garnish, we're going to just make like a little flower of whipped cream. You can add more or less if you want. And then Gary picked some beautiful raspberries from the grocery store this morning.
I was going to say, wait a minute, we don't have any raspberry bushes. I'm
So we're gonna
glad you
add-
qualified that.
A couple of raspberries here.
But I did pick, right before the show, some fresh mint out of the garden.
This could come down just a little bit. It's up a little bit high. And then we're just going to put this in like this. Okay. It's going to go
Like
right
that.
behind.
One leaf enough, or you
Little
want
mint
more?
leaf. One should be good.
Okay.
That one's got some cream on it
There
now.
you are.
Okay, and there we have this actually, I've got chocolate on there, so we're going to
Get a new
put a
one.
different one on there. And I'm actually going to, see, you took all those leaves apart.
I did.
Otherwise, you could have put a couple little leaves together that had the little stem on there, and that would have looked pretty too, okay? So we'll just do a little mint like that. Okay. And there you have our beautiful fudge brownie cake.
Ta-da.
Here, I'm just going to put this
Ta-da.
right there.
Ta-da.
Okay.
There's the
All
ta-da.
right.
Okay.
Fudge brownie cake garnished with real whipped cream with raspberries and mint from the garden. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Cooking with Ruth and Gary. Hope you enjoy making a nice, quick, and easy cake. So until next time, happy cooking.
I'm just here
I'll
for
probably do that
you
part.
do that. I'm just here for the ride.
Okay.
I didn't
Lovely.
go check.
Lovely.
You always say that.
Nice.
You are. Is it nice? You're nice too.
Okay, so I think,
Uh-oh.
that's not gonna go in here,
Don't
right?
cut that one out. You gotta know
Oh,
that
that's
Ruth is
gonna
not.
be a blooper. Oh my gosh, hopefully that didn't get anybody. You wanna get me a rag, please?